like we're introducing tea in a new light.
You started up again without letting me start record.
Sorry.
I didn't know it stopped.
I didn't know it stopped either.
She did say it.
It,
You didn't get an acknowledgement.
it,
You need to say
With
a
us-
safe word like asparagus.
asparagus is not safe. Yeah.
I like platypus as a safe word.
Oh, that's the word.
One of my friends used quantum physics, I think.
Yeah. Didn't work too long.
That was every time. Okay, guys. Moving on. Way too far. Okay.
Sorry, that's never. We did that all the time. Bring it back. Come back.
Okay. Okay, so especially, even more so than the conversation with coffee, because it feels like we're really introducing this to the community, and to Tallahassee at large. Like, there's tea shops, sure, there's places that sell tea, there's these sort of, nobody's talking about it. Like, the tea shops don't talk about it. In fact, the only tea shop I know sells tea in tea bags, which we now know is not good. Like, that's not the way we want tea to be remembered here. And like, Catalina Cafe has its own tea company, but when was the last time you were in there and they actually talked about it to you?
They have a poor selection of teas, aren't they?
The selection's gotten a little bit better, but yeah,
But you wouldn't know by walking in.
you wouldn't know by walking in.
You'd
Yeah,
have
you're
to
still
seek it out.
you only know by looking around, figuring it out. Exactly. And so, with us coming in with 5 different companies of tea, and most of them local providers actually, but 5 different companies of tea, 3 of them local providers, with this whole new, we're the only ones really talking about it. I want us to be able to teach people how to do it. How to have tea. I want to start a tea culture in Tallahassee. That's what I'm looking for here. Because that is, because nobody else is doing it.
There's a Tallahassee, a student-based tea society, and I think they will be very thrilled.
I didn't know they super thrilled because I asked them where they're getting their tea at, and I don't know.
Well, there is
Publix?
the Phoenix Garden
Yes.
in Robert Square sells loose tea. Remember we went there?
Right, we went there, they had loose
incense
leaf tea and things, but, have you ever been there? There are jars of tea and everything, it's a witch shop.
What?
It looks like it. I'm not
Well,
even kidding.
Alice loves that.
I love that. I love it. I'm a witch. I'm pagan. I'm a witch. It's a witch shop, and it looks it. You ever try to find tea in a witch shop? Like, there's spices and there's teas and it's all terribly labeled.
And there's things that you should not drink or ingest.
There's possibly things that you should not drink or ingest.
The
Like,
person who was waiting on us when we were there was unhappy to be there.
she was very rude, actually. Terrible service, but
She was obviously not Athena.
obviously, but yeah, I mean, it's probably got a pretty good selection if you can identify it.
But again, the age of it is all questionable because it's in really big bulk jars
and
and
they're see-through. And tea, like coffee, tea needs to be stored in a cool environment, not just room temperature, but a little bit under. Cool environment.
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, we're probably not going to completely succeed at that, but
But
properly
we're
stored.
going to have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have air conditioning. Properly stored would be a cool environment, airtight, dark. I mean, look at what we're storing it in.
Are you in there, T?
Yeah. Yeah, we're storing it, like, it's airtight, it's dark. Actually, if you touch these, we've had this out all day. This has never gone into a fridge. Like, oh, how much cooler this is. Like,
Cool.
that's what the tea's up against. And every time you open the tea and sniff the tea, like, that smell, that's some things that could be flavor. Like, honestly. So there you go, opening up my tea and smelling it. I'm kidding.
Oh,
You
wow.
said.
Which one is that?
The raindrop.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one. That one's a green tea.
Oh,
That one's, in fact, I might have wanted to do that before I did this one. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I forgot it's there. But yeah, we're gonna get to that. That's a flavored green tea, so I want to show the difference.
Yeah.
The
basic.
between the basic and a more balanced setup. So you know, air, light, all of these things degrade tea. Heat. All of these things degrade tea. And
Time.
tea is
And time.
and time. And tea's a little more sensitive to all of that actually than even coffee. And coffee's kind of sensitive. Oh, another thing. While we're talking about what we can wear, what we can't wear, and tea and coffee, not allowed to wear perfumes. No perfumes, no colognes, because the smells of your perfumes and your colognes will degrade the coffee and the tea.
Or will inhibit the customer experience of.
Yeah, and will inhibit the customer's experience of. So no perfume, no cologne. You guys get to smell like tea and
Vanilla. Like, come in the back, you'll smell like vanilla.
You get to smell like vanilla tea and coffee all day. Jay's okay with this.
I was about to say, I might come and smell like baby at first, but, you know, if anybody in there has baby fever, they don't love me.
Jay's okay.
Smell like baby too.
Yeah, I mean, you can't control all of smell for a perfect smell. But smell that
None
we
of our
can
beauty
control.
athletes.
Yeah, what we can control, we're gonna control. Because we can.
And please, nobody douse peppermint oil behind their ears.
Oh my god!
Experience.
Yeah, we went to
Monday night.
That's very
No, Monday
intense.
night. Oh my god.
Monday night.
So that's like an older. I
We
think,
went to-
I think somebody broke a vial of
We
peppermint
went to
oil.
Lofty Pursuits.
Oh no! For ice cream.
Never,
I know.
ever. My husband, when he was working with Phoenix Fire, they were putting in those sprinklers and stuff, and they had like pieces of the ceiling dropping into the ice cream and stuff,
Oh man.
and they didn't even act like it was there. Like they visibly saw it fall in,
Oh
Right.
and they didn't even act like it was there. Like I will never go there again. My friend Maggie used to work there,
That's gross.
and I was talking about going to do the night with him on date night, and he was like, "No, we're never going there.
Oh,
Never
that
even
makes
speak
me
of that place
sad.
again."
I love Lofty.
Right?
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good, but
They usually taste pretty good,
I
but
like their micro.
yeah.
but it's true. I mean, I've noticed they don't have as much care to
We're not that impressed with
themselves or their
people.
hospitality as we hope
Yeah,
to.
but yeah, we were sitting there having our ice cream, and all of a sudden everything started smelling like peppermint.
And I don't like mint.
And she hated it like mint. So then they left and they went to Northside Pies and they started talking about it. And apparently the manager of Lofty was in there having a beer, and she heard them and went running back over to try to clean it up.
Yeah, because it was the end of her night and she was having a beer and going home.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
the,
they actually, the people waiting on them said, yeah, we can smell it on you guys. They've gotten in their clothes.
Yeah, it was like being bombed by a Christmas terrorist.
My grandmother's friends used to do stuff like that, but that's like older generation. I don't know anybody who still does it now. Like that would be weird.
I have a question, Stephanie. Are we gonna have like a
Just
peppermint bark kind of thing for Christmas time?
I don't have any plans for peppermint bark yet.
I want her to. Peppermint brownie.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be so good.
I'm not allowed to do a seasonal brownie yet until we figure out my timing. I had to cut down on seasonal bars.
I know, next year.
But yeah, probably next
If
year.
you want more baked goods, step up in the kitchen.
Okay.
But we are going to have a peppermint latte. So we're making our own peppermint syrup. And I'm planning to order peppermint oil for it, but in an eyedropper.
Yeah.
It smells like a Christmas terrorist is happening. You open up all doors.
Yeah.
We have about 5, maybe 6 doors. You have
Yeah.
to open up all the doors if we get Christmas terrorists.
It's the difference between, oh, it's like a candy cane, and it's like living in a candy cane.
Yeah. cool.
We just got right at
But it's
that.
not
I was saying something before we did that. Let me get back on topic, sorry. We're currently brewing, much to,
Are we timing it?
yeah, well, I am, and Alberto's helping. Much to Alberto's chagrin, we're currently brewing creme brulee. This is a black tea. This is a, sorry. This is a black tea, it's also from Maya, and
It has little bits of yogurt in it.
there's a little bit of yogurt in it, which Stephanie thought was absolutely crazy.
Still think it's weird.
I second that.
But
See?
it's gonna
And-
taste delicious.
And so it's something to think about. Most people will not think about whether a flavor of the tea is vegan or not.
Yeah.
So it's
But yeah,
something
we
you have to make sure that they're not lactose intolerant or vegan.
Yeah, we have to pay attention to these things.
Is that gonna be in the POS?
No. But it will be on the tea list and possibly
Yeah.
on the jar of the tea as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
it'll be on-
contains
Oh, that's
dairy.
a good idea.
Yeah, it'll be on the
contains-
tea list, and it'll talk about these things, and
I think we should
Vegan.
print another label on the jar.
Yeah.
yeah.
What if someone comes in and like they're specifically like they know what they want, they're vegan, and they're just like, give me all of your vegan options. Like we
We're gonna show you. Yeah, we're
we can
gonna.
like give them and say, hey, this is all ours.
I don't know if we actually have a vegan menu we're printing.
Oh, okay.
But
I
as
think we're gonna have symbols on the menu, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're
we've
gonna have
got-
symbols on the
Okay,
menu.
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have symbols on the menu, and we're gonna teach you what the options are. Like we're gonna go over when we get to the space. It may be easier, but we're gonna go over all the drink menu and all of the savory items, and even all of the and even all of the
Pastries.
pastries and things. So, like, you will not be at the register without knowing
Yeah.
what's vegan, what's gluten free, what has which major allergies. Because it's really annoying to go in someplace and ask a server that sort of question and get, hold on one second. You know what I mean?
I like, I don't know.
No, I hate I don't know, or I'm not sure, and then they're just sitting there looking at you and you're like, you want to find out?
Yeah, I'm gonna need that information before we may continue this operation.
Does your
Yeah.
soup have chicken stock?
I don't know. Anyway, you want
Yeah,
something else?
it's insane, and it's not.
Oh, check.
It's like, you can eat this and maybe die or maybe not, but you might as well try.
My mom had
I will know if you die. Then I will sell it
Once
express.
you're swollen, it's like, okay, oh yeah.
Well, I guess it does, lady. You want to call the hospital? You want to
My mom
Okay,
was
I'm
at
with you.
one day.
Yeah, we went to Outback Steakhouse, had a terrible experience.
Your mom had ordered Rockefeller and what?
Yeah. She asked the waitress whether it had onions or not. My mom's deadly allergic to onions. And she's like, no, it never had onions. And then I was like four things and she has a big chunk of onion in it. And I literally had to jump 3 fences to go get her manager.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I've grabbed down some of our information from the menu. Okay. We have a magnetic menu. These are small magnets that I've cut out. We have two versions of things. We have our big, happy, shiny labels, which are...
Are you also showing these to the
I will. These are our big, happy, shiny labels. They are the things that are positive about these things. This one, and what I mean by positive is this is what it is without.
I'll try a little bit.
This is vegan, it has no eggs. This is vegetarian, it has no meat. This is 350 calories or less, it has no flavor. Okay, don't say that. These are what something does have. These are, this item contains milk, this item contains gluten, this item contains eggs. They are smaller, but they are therefore allergy warnings. We have other ones, we have fish and meat and other things for that. But these are going to be on the menu. Like on the big menu up there, and I'm doing some version of it on the website menu and on the full menu. All right, recording.
We're trying to be fairly inclusive without having to twist everything we're doing to be a part of one diet or allergy or another. Like, I think the only thing we've missed, and it's because you can't really, it's either a 100% or no percentage, is kosher.
Yeah.
We are not kosher. We're not pretending to be kosher. We're never going to be kosher. Never have a kosher item
But we
because it's
do-
100% or not.
But we will have items that fall into a relaxed kosher. We will have items that do not have dairy and meat in the same thing, or that do not have shellfish or pork. And so it depends entirely on... Right, halal is very similar to kosher, but we won't have that either, unfortunately. And what it's about is, you know, allowing these people to make the decision for themselves. You know, just, oh, we don't have anything that's certified kosher, but we do have these items that are, that don't have shellfish or pork. Like,
Yeah.
that's the main one. Like, even the bacon latte, technically kosher,
Because it's not real bacon, right?
because it's not real bacon.
Except technically not kosher
If they have the garnish.
because in order to actually be kosher or halal, the whole facility
Right,
needs to abide by kosher or halal.
right. So it's not kosher, but it's kosher if they don't care about the certification.
Right.
It's kosher friendly.
It's kosher friendly.
Yeah.
So that's why those are things that we will never be able to just look at somebody and go, yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
Because we understand that this is a thing that everything has to follow.
Yeah, and unfortunately there isn't a kosher bakery in Tallahassee. I would love there to be a kosher bakery in Tallahassee. Challah is one of the best things in the world. But,
Yeah, that would be really nice. Let's talk about this black tea. You're gonna notice this black tea is the same color as rooibos.
Sorry. I wasn't present for it.
I didn't know if your cup was empty or not.
I bet you want to.
Okay, I'll wait till you come back.
I can handle the yogurt.
No, please feel free. I don't get to drink that one.
Okay.
Yeah, what is that?
What's in the bag?
He jumped, no, literally, like,
Yeah.
he jumped
This is
up.
my favorite color. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna notice that it's a black tea. This is the same color as the rooibos. Which tells you that the rooibos might actually work better as people who like black tea. So it's kind of exciting. You're also gonna notice though that as dark as this tea is, it's virtually see-through.
Yeah.
Like, it's a nice.
Sure, now you're close. No trouble.
It's a nice light brown. It's virtually see-through. That means that it's probably not quite as bitter as it would be if this was not see-through, if this was really dark, or in fact, now that I poured this, let's throw it back in and see if we can't overbrew a little bit. I may not have enough in there, but well, I'm gonna overbrew the rest of this pot.
What's the themes for this one?
the tasting notes on that,
Sweet, desserty.
Yeah,
yeah, hold on.
definitely.
Maybe a little caramelly.
I need to find it.
Can't do it.
Oh, yeah. You're not crazy. Especially after having tried the coconut one last. You're not crazy. Yeah. I think it's very tasty.
I really like the tasty yogurt.
Yeah, you can taste the yogurt. It's
Yeah.
it's aptly named. It's creme brulee. So it's aptly named. It's very it is fairly milky.
It kind of tastes creamy from it.
Yeah,
I mean,
creamy.
it's
That's
all-
what I'm looking for. Is creamy. You didn't notice sometimes there's loose words. But yeah, it's very creamy, even though we haven't added cream.
And that's a lot to do with the yogurt, actually.
Yeah.
The yogurt adds that lactose sugar, and that's what gives you that creamy effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got sweet, caramel, and creamy on the creme brulee.
Yeah. Yes,
Sweet
Yes.
caramel. Ba, ba.
so yeah, this is black tea. A lot of people are going to tell you that the black tea has higher caffeine concentration, and again, that's not true because we're using the same leaf. Now, where it could potentially be true, that Stephanie would argue.
But you've noticed I've been very good today.
Yeah, Dennis, we're very good today. That's why I'm mentioning it myself. I'm going to stop right in there, but Stephanie would argue, and it does make a little bit of logical sense, that if what we're pulling is layers of caffeine and flavor off of these leaves, white and green tea you put in for half the time, basically, of a black tea. Which means your black tea, obviously, you've pulled more out of. Which is why black tea might have a higher caffeine percentage.
Once it's brewed.
Once
But
it's
once
brewed.
we're looking at when we're looking at the leaves are the same.
Right. Yeah, but the leaves are the same. The only tea that theoretically has a measurable amount of higher caffeine level is yerba mate.
And it's technically an herbal.
It's technically an herbal.
It does not come from the same plant.
Yeah, it's technically an herbal, but it is the only tea that technically has a higher caffeine percentage than any other tea, and it tastes like good.
Yeah.
So, right, something to handle. Fun fact, technically, tequila is also an herbal tea.
You should let other people tell you they're fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we gonna have tequila tonight?
we're not gonna have
There
tequila.
will be tequila in my coffee.
But
Mom.
Okay. What? We're taking our breaks together. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, technically tequila counts as an herbal tea.
I'm with anything with tequila or rum. Can't do rum, not too strong.
College.
And Mom shouldn't do tequila.
Hey,
Not since
I'm
wrong.
you forget. Can metabolize tequila. Wine I shouldn't do.
Champagne tends to get you. But I thought tequila was what really killed you that night at the Halloween party a couple years ago.
Wine.
It was wine.
Always wine.
Mom drug texted us.
No.
She drug texted.
Did you
You should give her her number.
They're my safe place to do that. You gotta have a safe drunk text person, like, gotta be someone you can say anything under the sun.
That way, unlike Stephanie, you don't try to drunk text your immediate supervisor.
Yeah.
Whatever. I knew where this relationship was going.
When we were working at Waffle House, I was technically the serving night manager.
Nobody treated you like that. How was I supposed to know?
Actually, I'm pretty sure I have more respect than Joe. But anyways.
But that wasn't because of management. That was because of experience.
But anyways, so I was technically the serving night manager. And Halloween happens, and Stephanie gets stuck working that night, and the rest of us go out and party. And so then Stephanie, at the end of the night, 6 in the morning, goes out and buys some alcohol, because she's going to have her Halloween party.
With Sam.
With Sam, who was another person who had to work that night with her. And so later, we start getting these really weird text messages. Like, I start getting these really weird text messages with her husband.
Wow.
Start getting these really weird text messages. Oh, buddy, I pulled at the tongue.
There was a lead up. So, the one and only time I've ever blacked out in my life was this morning, because this was 8 in the morning.
Right.
And,
Let's just share everything.
you know. And, so we got, let's see, I got a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade. And my underage coworker
They got a new one.
requested Southern Comfort. So I got SoCo 150, because I didn't know the difference.
Which is in fact like 150.
Yeah, that's a crazy. My sister
So,
thinks that. She's alcoholic.
We're sitting there and we're drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade and we're doing shots from the bottle from this SoCo 150.
Oh, you strong.
No. Wait for the end of this. And so the other thing I had told you about NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. Well, that had begun. So I was trying to work on that some while doing this.
Okay.
And we put Netflix on. We decided we were going to watch Grease. So I remember the beginning of that movie, and I remember the end, but I blacked out for the entire middle section of that movie.
Well, what you're drinking will do that to you. I want you to understand that.
And then when I came back, I was like, Sam, why did you write this on my computer? She's like, that was all you. Blue, I'm so drunk, blue. Like, it was sad. And then, we managed to, I used, Sam was occupying the toilet for her vomitorium, and so I used the tub, and so I informed my husband that I had used the tub for this activity, and so I puled in the tub. But
what came out. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
That's what came out instead of what really happened. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting in the bottom of the shower works too.
I'm telling you.
That just like washes everything off.
In my entire life, that's the only time I've ever blacked out.
My husband vomited in the kitchen sink one time.
And I would point out,
That's where we washed it.
I would point out, actually, this was in Scott and I's first apartment, and I was not the first one to puke in this apartment because Scott turned 21 a couple months before I did. And so we took him out for his birthday, and you've met Scott. You've met him. You know what he looks like. This was 5 years ago, so he looked even younger, and he was 21. And so we go to the bar, and we're in an army town, so there's army guys drinking at the bar. I think some of them were Marines, and if, like, you know.
Yeah, I know. I know how they
And so we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there sipping my Diet Coke, and Scott got a Long Island iced tea to start, and then, and all these guys sitting around the bar were like, are you really old enough to drink that? Are you really, I bet you can't hold your liquor.
Yeah.
And then one of them goes, I'll buy you a shot of anything on this wall if you can finish that Long Island in under a minute. So he got a shot of Gentleman Jack.
He really did the Long Island, because it's crazy, because my husband, he's not a drinker, and a Long Island iced tea would kind of get him a little...
Yeah, he slammed it. 30 seconds.
Oh, you know, one of the best things about misogyny and drinking is, so you know how we have girly drinks because us girls like some flavor. Girly drinks, in general, have between 2 and 4 shots in them. Okay. Now, what's a guy drink? Rum Jack.
I'm about to say,
Jack and
rum
Coke.
Coke is good.
There's 1 shot.
Yeah.
1 shot per drinking these.
Yeah.
They're sipping 1 shot while you were downing 3. But
Yeah.
your drinks are girly drinks.
Yeah, we're the good with girly.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So, tea has 2.5 shots in it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So Scott, slams that and then, takes his shot and then gets something else. I don't know. And he was very proud of himself. He was holding his own. Like, he stood up from the bar, walked out to the car under his own power, and he's like, none of them thought I could do it. None of them. And we get home. Okay.
You're sitting there like, yeah, okay.
Our bathroom in this apartment was literally this wide. So it's got the tub, or the toilet and the tub up against the back wall. So, this is the tub, this is the toilet.
Is it like the base apartment?
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to say, because I already know what you're talking.
Yeah, okay. No, it wasn't on base, but
Okay.
anyway, so there's the tub, there's the toilet, and there's this much space in between.
Yeah.
This is where he pukes.
What? I'm not cleaning that up. Like, real talk, I'm staying there till tomorrow till you get your shit together.
I cleaned it up, and I've never let him live it down.
You're not supposed to.
When I was sick this weekend,
Dude, you had one job.
So every time he says, oh, you puked in the tub, I'm like, yeah, in the tub.
I made it to That's funny.
This weekend I had to use a bucket in the bathroom, and